Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bridgie. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well today and you're having a relaxing weekend. Welcome to Obodo Oyinbo TV. If this is your first time or you've never subscribed, please do support me by subscribing. If you hit on the bell sign, you get notification whenever I post my videos. Thank you. So guys, today I'm sharing with you a story about a Sierra Leonean man who was sadly killed by his son. So the story has it that the man that you can see his pictures there, his name is Dr. Baba Kuruma, and this incident happened in a town called Bowie, and I'm told is in Maryland in the U.S. So this Dr. Baba Kuruma was killed by his son. He stabbed him last night. Quite a very sad and unfortunate incident, and again speaks to parenting African children in the diaspora. So here you can see the obituary here, where it just simply says Dr. Baba Kuruma was stabbed to death last night by his son. Story is still unfolding, and there's a prayer there that it says, "Our NGC man of God left without saying goodbye. Rest in peace till we meet again." And here you can see the picture of him and his wife. I think this is from his social media page. Here you see him and his wife there, and that is his profile there that says his name is Baba M. Kuruma. He has a PhD. He was a technical information specialist at National Institute of Health, U.S. Department of Health and Human Resources. PGPD, I think that's the police department in that city or in that town. Homicide detective arrested 17-year-old Baba Kuruma of Bowie. That's the son, 17-year-old son, for killing his father in the city of Bowie on Friday. The victim is 62 years old, Baba Kuruma, also of Bowie, and the 17-year-old is being charged as an adult, which is normal with U.S. legislation, as you guys know very well. Here's a picture of the wife and their two daughters. And the widow of the man said,
I'm still processing. It's not easy to lose two lives, but that's what I could say. He's not here, he's going to be in prison, so it's not easy.
Is there anything that you want to say on maybe your son's behalf at all?
I don't know much. But I'm just, it's just too painful the way he died. Yes, he didn't deserve to die that way. He was a good man, very religious, very prayerful. He didn't deserve to die that way.
I've seen someone has started a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, that's my daughter's college mate.
So your high school counselor? Yes. Friend did it pretty well. I mean, is that something that, obviously you're in shock right now, but you think you're going to be help probably from family, from,
Yeah, well, the school, the alumni we are here, his best friends coming from all over the country. Yes, the sister is here, and some other people are still coming. Church members came yesterday, my schoolmates, his schoolmates. There are different organizations he was a member of, and they're still coming.
anything else you wanted to add?
Just want to say, he will be forever missed. Yeah. I have to be strong for the children. Because my daughter is asking me questions every day. The little one, when am I going to see my daddy? Because they were very close. Whenever he's going to buy different things from those stores, they will go together. Whenever Daddy, let's go so you can buy a toy for me. He bought the slime for her Thursday. I think Wednesday, he was playing with the slime. They were together for the whole night. And then, shortly after, he passed away. So, we're still in shock. Take these kids everywhere. Just for them to get a good life.
The police says that the 17-year-old boy called Baba got into an argument with his father and he stabbed him while they were driving on an SUV in Allen Pond Park. So the boy now took over the wheels of the car and crashed it into a fence. From there, he took the body and dragged his father into a nearby wooded area. Now, the 17-year-old boy faces charges of first-degree and second-degree murder. And the mom says, I am still processing it. It's not easy to lose two lives. Patricia Koroma said on Sunday in their home, it's a very painful death. Obviously, this is not what anyone would ever pray for to befall them, because the whole family is just destroyed. The whole family. The boy is going to prison. The man has sadly lost his life from not any other person's hands but his own child. So that's an interview with the widow of the man, the Sierra Leonean man who passed away sadly in the hands of his son. Now, I think the lesson here in this sad incident is about parenting. This is what the lesson is in this matter, because I don't think this boy just one day woke up and took a knife and decided to kill his father. What led to it? That is what the big question is, because I'm sure he would have been demonstrating violent behavior or misbehaving at home for years before this happened. This is not one of. So then again, this is a learning curve for us as Africans who live in the diaspora, that we need to do more to ensure that as much as we are struggling to survive, to make ends meet, to make money and live the American dream or whatever dream that you call it, that we are also making time out to parent our children. Because like I was saying to one of my aunties in the US yesterday, there's a lot, I believe strongly that there's a lot of forces are out for black children. So many forces are out for African children, black children. And that's why it's not only parenting alone, prayers as well. Parents need to really guard themselves properly, to be praying over their children. Because look at this now. This is a boy who was born in America. He has the good life. The father is a successful man who has a good job, a good career. And he has everything that, all the good life that comes with living in an environment like that, in a family like this in the US. He wasn't born in Africa. He doesn't lack anything. Yet, look at the anger. Look at the level of anger that will lead a boy to take his own hands and take a knife. I mean, the story says that they are driving in the car. The wickedness is to the extent that after he did it, if it was something that, maybe it was in the heat of the moment, they were arguing and then it happened, you would expect him to panic and call the emergency service and say, this is what's happened, please come and see if you can save him. No, he didn't do it. He went ahead to crash the car and then drag the body out. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was going to hide the body in the woods or something. But of course, it's not possible to do something like that and get away with it in a place like, the US. Eventually, it was caught. And look at how this family has just been ruined. From a, middle-class family to a man losing his life just like that, in the prime of his life. And a 17-year-old boy throwing his life away, going to prison, God knows for how long. Maybe for the rest of his life. Who knows what the sentence is going to be, because they are going to say this was premeditated. If it wasn't, then he wouldn't be traveling, being in a car and having a weapon with him. This is exactly what he did. So parenting is key. I'm appealing to you, African parents, please. You need to join hands together to parent your children properly. And discipline versus love. We need to make sure that we do it hand in hand. As much as you love your children, that you discipline them, and as much as you discipline your children, don't do it to the extreme that the children will feel, ostracized from you as a parent, that they cannot talk to you, they cannot come to you, that you don't have a relationship. I know some African parents who do the old African parenting way, the way we were parent back home in Nigeria. It doesn't work. I've said it and I will keep repeating it. You need to learn how best to parent your children in this environment. Some fathers, all they do is yell and yell and yell, and they never take that time. Yes, it's good to yell when the child is acting badly, or when the child is going astray. It's good, very, very good. That's what daddies are for, to talk to their children. But still, when you yell, then you use the other hand to pull the child closer. You say, talk to them, form a relationship with them. Do you know why I'm behaving this way? It's because I want your life to be good. That bond, especially between boys and their fathers, is so important. But when the children feel like, oh, my father doesn't care, my father doesn't love me, my father hates me, then that's when they begin to form, all sorts of friendship outside. They begin to, before you know, they start joining groups and they start learning violent behavior. And and then again, the other issue is with us women, we mothers too, that don't allow our husbands to discipline children. Sometimes some mothers do stand in the way of discipline. But it's very, very important that parents agree on their parenting style, because when one is going this way, one is going that way, two cannot work together except they agree. And this is when the children will have the upper hand and go haywire. And also, it's also not good for children to feel abandoned or to feel like parents don't care. I don't care what you provide for your child. If you like, build a house for him, buy the latest car for him. But your primary duty as a parent is to ensure that you raise your child in a way that they don't become useless. They don't become liabilities. They don't become, things that people that will end up in prison, like this one is going to end up in prison now. I know there's a discussion going on where, whether to send children to Nigeria or not. I'm kind of stuck in the middle of that discussion, because I feel like children need a bit of suffering in their life. This is what I've always, felt, that the children that we have in Obodo Oyinbo, they have life too good. Their life is too good. They don't know what it means to suffer. They don't know what it means to open a tap, there's no water, that they have to go to the stream to go and fetch water. They don't know what it means not to have electricity for 1 week, to use, other means to cope. Their life is so soft. And that's why you see they are not resilient. Some of them are so laid back. Some of them, they don't care. Their attitude, But most importantly, as much as we encourage parents to try and be there for their children, to discipline when it's needed, it is also very important for you to love them when it's needed. Please, you need to show your children that you care. Don't just discipline and leave it at that, because if you discipline and just leave it at that, the children are going to feel like, you don't care, so what? And before you know, they start picking up all these bad habits outside. So this is a learning, curve for us again, that please, parents, pay attention to your children, especially if it's a two-parent family where there's a mom, there's a dad. Because if it's a single parent, it's a bit more difficult, because they are trying to juggle things to see how they are going to provide, pay their rent, make sure there's food in their bellies and clothes on their back, shoes on their feet. So it's difficult for a single parent. But for parents that there are two in the family, they must try to ensure that they work together, because at the end of the day, what is the point of living Sierra Leone now? This man came all the way from Sierra Leone. I'm sure he educated himself in America up to the highest level, PhD, and then his own child just wasted his life. Perhaps you can argue that it would have been better for him to be in Sierra Leone and be suffering. Maybe it would have been better for him if he knew this is what was going to happen to him in America. So at the end of the day, everything is tragically ended in a way that his life was ended, and the son ended up in prison. Really, really, really sad stuff. So parents, please, let's learn Let us do better. These children, it is very, very important that, we hold them and we hold them well. Discipline, love them. Discipline, love them. And like, I was watching a video that my friend Kacha Valino did today. She made some serious sense in that video that discipline needs to start early. Don't wait until they are teenagers before you start disciplining them. You need to discipline them early, and you also need to live by example. Children copy a lot of things. Some daddies are not involved. I'm not saying this particular man because I don't know him. I'm just, making references generally to what some African men do. They are not involved in their children's life at all. You can never see them do anything with the child. Obviously, I don't know if this man is like that because the wife is saying that he takes the daughter out. So I want to believe that if he's taking the daughter out, he will be taking the sons out as well. But some African parents that are not involved in their children's life at all they do, they go to work, come back, and they behave as if the children don't belong to them. No engagement, no relationship, no communication, nothing. That one too is extreme and is very, very bad. So may God teach us though to do right by our children, because at the end of the day, like I said, if you come to this Obodo Oyinbo and you've only come here because you want to advance your life, you want the best for yourself and your children, and God forbid this happens, then it would have all been, it's not worth it. Then what's the whole point of leaving Africa? What's the whole point of coming overseas? So may God guide us on. I pray for this woman and her, daughters, that God will keep them and help them to go through this, because it's not going to be easy, But it is well, though. Just going to leave it here with you guys today. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks a lot for watching. Leave me your thoughts and comment down below in the comment section. And I'll speak to you guys in my next one. I love you. Bye-bye.
It's VQs.
Original Batman. Lego.